What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch the season 2 premiere of My Hero Academia. I'm very excited. I will be honest, it has been a couple weeks since I've been able to watch any My Hero Academia, and I've been almost fiending for it. I've just been a little busy. Not only have I been busy, I will say I tried for a good, hard, and long, like 2 weeks, and I'm asking for some help here. To try to find the first OVA, I could not find it anywhere, legally, illegally, research, anything like that. I could not get my hands on a full copy of it. If you guys know anything, how to get that, any links, any ideas, I would really appreciate it. If you could help me out with that. I really wanted to watch it before I started season 2, and I sort of shifted my schedule around to try to give myself as much time as possible to watch it, but I could not find it at all. So I would appreciate it if you could give me that, and I'll probably watch it, or the upload it if it's given to me. Watch it in like a week or two after this video. I'm very excited for this season. I know it's like twice as long as the last one. The first one I absolutely loved. I was pleasantly surprised with it. I didn't think it was going to be bad going in, but I had heard a lot of mixed reactions towards My Hero Academia as a whole. But I'm fully on board. I fully loved it. I loved Deku. I loved All Might. I loved Bakugo. I'm loving all of the characters. I'm loving the storyline. It's a little, I don't. It's obviously a shonen. It's goofy at points, but that's fine. That's fine. As someone who's watched 1,100 episodes of One Piece, I'm okay with a little bit of goofy, especially if we get serious when we need to get serious, especially if we need to have important character arcs. When shit needs to get down and dirty, this show will do it, I can already tell. So I'm excited to see how this season pans out. We've got the sort of villains in the background, the Master, the Doctor, doing some shit. I don't know. I'm suspicious of everyone. I'm suspicious of that thing, that entity, Nezu, for some reason. Even though he's so sweet, I'm scared of him. I'm ready. I'm ready to hop into it. If you guys like the video, drop a like, leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I've got the full-length reaction up on Patreon, and if you guys like the content I put out on the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. It really does help me out. Let's get into the episode. I'm excited to see a new opening as well.
My dream is becoming a reality.
Is this like a flash forward to the end of the season, or a dream?
My journey is just beginning. You see, this is the story.
I became the greatest hero.
Become the world's greatest hero.
Every good shonen protagonist needs that stupid catchphrase. Okay, let's hear it. Let's rank it. Kirishima. Right? Did I get it right? Did I get it right? No, that's Kaminari. I don't know. Damn it, I'm confusing them already. No, I think that was Kirishima. I ain't rocking with this opening as much as the first one. Although I'm liking it. I'm just not liking it as much as the first one. But I will say, as with every single piece of anime music, I love it considerably more and more the more I watch it, or the more I listen to it. Who is that? That is a new character. Purple-haired, maybe he's from one of the other classes. Class B or something. All Might is one of those characters, I feel like I'm going to be in constant fear of him dying, yet he just never dies. Either that or they're going to rip my heart out from my body pretty soon.
Officials, the criminal forces call themselves the League of Villains. Investigators have reportedly uncovered that this group has been plotting to kill UA teacher and popular hero All Might since the spring of Police.
No gasp? No classic anime gasp? What the hell is wrong with this show?
Greetings. The air is warm here. Feels like summer is just around the corner. I hope this letter finds you well, sir. In good health and even better spirits. This semester, I took a position as a teacher at UA High School. That's right. Now guiding the next...
Talking to his mentor, or...?
Before I ever began my tenure at UA, I met a young man. Even though he
Aww.
was weak and had no quirk of his own, he showed incredible bravery. He rushed into a dangerous situation that caused...
Let me tell you what, I don't think that this is this type of story, but I would absolutely love a story in which a hero like All Might, you know what I mean, gives and trusts his power with a child and they turn into a supervillain. I would love that. I hope that is a storyline that happens in this show.
Even though he sometimes struggled with his newfound abilities, he never stopped fighting and gave 100% as he tried to harness One for All. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I believe I found the perfect person.
Toot it. You found the future world's greatest hero.
Still quite new to the role of instructor. The day may come when I must trouble you, my old teacher, for advice.
Mentor.
I'll be counting on your wisdom and patience when that time comes. Until then, please take care
Retired
of yourself, as the
teacher,
seasons
maybe?
begin to change. I'll continue to keep you updated.
Oh. Old guy.
Yours.
Old short guy. Gran Torino. Toshinori. That's All Might. Toshinori. Gran Torino?
We've made some progress, but we can't find anything on this Shigaraki so far. We've searched our records for men in their 20s or 30s who are registered as having some sort of disintegration quirk.
He was not in his 30s. I don't know how old he was.
So they're not citizens or they're using aliases. Hard to find either way.
Nezu looks so fucking stupid.
The attack on the USJ was too bold. No sane adult would ever attempt it. The ringleader kept monologuing about the reasons
Yeah.
he was there, and he bragged about Nomu's many quirks, but he never said a word about his own powers. When things didn't go his way, he was visibly upset. Like he was...
Very childish.
I guess bragging about Nomu's quirks was a quick way to draw me into a fight.
That might be true, yes, but strategically it was foolish to reveal his quirks up front instead of keeping them a secret.
Shigaraki made wild, immature claims, but did so with a completely straight face. And he talked about Nomu like he was some kind of a pet. It seemed like he'd never been told no before, like he thought things would go his way no matter what.
He was raised a spoiled brat.
Spoiled little...
Hey, don't steal from me.
It's possible he never got the quirk counseling students receive in elementary school.
Maybe so, but it doesn't really matter.
He was probably raised by villains who never taught him anything.
They were all small-time thugs who usually lurked around back out.
Tsukayuchi? I hope I said that right.
Got them all to follow his crazy plan. They viewed him as a real leader.
Oh no, they got someone above. Well, maybe they don't know about him.
We'll expand our investigation and continue searching for the perpetrators who planned this attack.
A man-child, huh? In some ways, he shares
It reminds me of this bum over here.
And like our students, I suppose it's possible someone is guiding him, trying to nurture his malice and villainy.
Nezu, watch yourself. You're such a cute little innocent person, but you're scaring me for some reason. I don't trust you for some reason. He still watches it? Oh, it gives him motivation. Has he talked to his mom like, hey, I'm being taught by All Might? It's awesome.
Did you say that? I'm gonna pee myself just thinking about it!
Oh, shut up! Grow up here, loser! Did you guys see All Might fighting the bird guy?
Sero. Sato? Is that Sero or Sato?
So, who do you think's gonna teach class today? No idea. Mr. Aizawa's still in the hospital recovering.
Substitute.
Morning, class.
Oh, man.
What are you doing here?
He's a mummy.
Oh, Mr. Aizawa, I'm glad you're okay.
You call that okay?
My well-being is irrelevant.
I mean, he didn't look good in the first place.
The UA Sports Festival is about to start. Yes!
Oh.
Why would you scare us like that?
I like how, in a world where there's like, obviously there's supervillains and there's dangerous fights and every day, I like how lighthearted this is at, you know what I mean?
Wait a second.
Is it really such a good idea to hold the sports festival so soon after the villain snuck inside?
Who cares?
Attack once we're all in the same place.
Apparently, the administration thinks this is a good way to show that the threat has been handled and our school is safer than
Why are you saying this out loud, Aizawa? This feels like something you should keep to the teachers.
This event is a huge opportunity for all students at UA. It's not something we can cancel because of a few villains.
I'm sorry, but why not? It's just the sports festival.
This is the biggest thing of the year.
Important this competition is?
Of course I do. I just don't want to get murdered.
In the past, everyone obsessed over the Olympic Games, but then quirks started appearing. Now the Olympics have been drastically reduced in terms of scale and viewership.
Really?
For anyone who cares about competition, there's only one tournament that matters.
I mean, I feel like if this actually existed, I feel like the Olympics would still be pretty popular. And I think they would just view quirks as, like, advancements, you cheating.
Missed their chance to go indie and stay eternal sidekicks. Actually, that's probably where you're headed. You're kind of dumb.
It's true that joining a famous hero agency can garner you greater experience and popularity.
Oh my god, these... It's funny too, I will say. I think other than All Might, I think every other big hero looks stupid. In a good way.
I'm getting kind of nervous about the festival.
Yeah.
I have to come up with a way to get noticed.
Sure. Maybe you should be looking at a shinier costume or something. Otherwise, you're gonna have...
I'm not gonna say anything about Hagakure. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna hold my thoughts back. Second of all, can she become visible?
Don't you agree?
This motherfucker.
You're so lucky, Shoji. People are bound to notice.
Shoji? That's Shoji?
This is gonna be nuts. Everyone's so excited.
Well, yeah, of course we are. We enrolled at this school with the sole aim to become heroes. So naturally we're all getting fired up.
Wow, Ida, those are some interesting moves.
Rabbit.
To be excited too.
A lot of,
Well, yeah, of course I am.
I talked about it. This show is very goofy.
Let's do our best in the sports festival.
Uraraka, what happened to your face?
Seriously, what's
Why?
that? You're no
Oh my god, this is the most important thing in the world to her. Put her in the baseball tournament. No one can beat her.
do my best.
Yeah!
Was her family? Does she come from a family of sports players?
Hey, Uraraka,
What's that?
why did you decide to come to UA? What made you want to be a pro hero?
Oh, well, because
For the money? You want to be a hero so you can get rich?
Is she my new favorite character? She the Nami of this show?
such admirable motivations.
That's a great motivation. That would be my motivation.
Your goal is to support your well-being, which is a perfectly admirable ambition to
For those who, in One Piece, Nami is one of my favorite characters. She was my favorite Straw Hat for a very long time, for like 200 episodes, but
Any work lately, so we're flat broke.
maybe Ochaco is a nicer, less hostile version of Nami.
eh?
If she got licensed, I bet she could use her quirk to bring costs down a lot.
And they could sell their heavy lifting equipment.
Everyone,
They could
I don't...
fund everything.
I know, right? I've been
I would say that everyone in this world would be rich, but obviously not everyone can be rich.
You want to work for us?
When I grow up all big and strong, I'll help you and Mommy out any way that I can.
I want to meet obviously there's so many characters, so I don't want to rush to certain levels, but I want to meet all these guys' family as well.
And if you do make money, you can take us to Hawaii or something.
Daddy,
Aww.
I'm gonna become a pro.
She's probably the most, like,
Easy and make plenty of money.
relatable character.
Parents have an easy life.
That's beautiful! So noble! Bravo!
How about you become a bank robber?
She's not here because of some hero fantasy. She's more grounded than any of us.
Yeah, she's the most relatable character. Why does he look like Donald Trump? Why does he look like buff Donald Trump?
I wonder what he wanted with Deku.
I heard that when
What is that? What are these things?
Midoriya tried to
Guys,
stop him himself.
no, these are not, no. Get these things off of my screen.
Also, remember what Asui said?
Sue!
That power of yours, isn't it a lot like All Might's?
Tanya, don't.
Works are so similar
Ah,
to
okay,
each other,
okay.
It's possible.
Oh no, Todoroki is thinking in his head.
How lucky!
Does Todoroki know?
All Might and Izuku Midoriya, huh?
Why does he give me evil vibes? Don't do that.
Yeah, that's about how long I can use my power now. I overdid it too many times.
In four seasons, when he's still clinging on to life, he's only gonna be able to use his power for like 2 minutes.
talk about the festival. The problem is you still can't fully control One for All yet.
So
then,
give me
what's
some
your plan?
teachers.
Wait, I did once. When I landed a smash on that brain villain, there was no backlash at all.
I don't think that was because of you. I think that was because of it.
We were facing real villains and I didn't have much time to think. But maybe that's part of it since
Maybe because you weren't thinking about it? I could definitely see that, but...
I have a powerful quirk. It's called Black Hole.
Maybe it was because you were touching him and he had some sort of power that... I don't know.
Sounds like you succeeded in subconsciously putting on the brakes so you wouldn't have to kill anyone. Hey, that's some kind of progress at least. To be frank, I don't have much time left as the world's symbol of peace. Soon I'll have to put that title to bed.
I want him to retire and have... I speak about All Might like I know his backstory, you know what I mean? Like, I'm relating with him. He's just... From what I've seen, he's the goofy badass, but I think that... I care for him already.
Do you still feel the same way you did when we met? Do you still want to be a hero?
Yes!
Excellent. The time has come for you to prove it. This sports festival. It's something...
Why are they getting me hyped up about a sports festival?
The entire country will be watching...
Oh, you know what that means, right? Villains are going to appear.
This sports festival is your debut. You are the fledgling symbol of peace. The next All Might.
This show always gets me motivated. Ooh, ooh. I got goosebumps from this ending. Oh yeah, this is my favorite song of opening or ending. I'm gonna also I gotta check and see if there's an end credit scene. Some kind soul in one of my first episodes gave me a list of end credit scenes. I need to pull that list back up, make sure I don't miss anything. Oh yeah, I'm loving this, man. Okay, guys, that was the season 2 premiere of My Hero Academia. I really enjoyed it. It obviously last season sort of ended on a very climactic note and a much darker tone. So obviously this is very different. It felt more of like okay, we're back into the groove, back into the goofy, grounded nature of the schooling aspect of the show. Something like the villains will be slowly built up over time. I think I touched on this as well. I like just the premise of this being a sort of superhero school, because in most superhero shows I've watched, and mostly like DC or Marvel shows, I would say, it's like an established hero, someone who has been fighting crime for a while, and every episode is like a monster of the week or bad guy of the week sort of structure. It's always really serious and this and that, and we always got to fight a bad guy. With this, these are children and they're going through school. That is the main focus. I mean, the title is My Hero Academia, so I'm not going into this expecting big villain fights or big villain schemes or plans every single episode. I feel like, at least for the first couple seasons, until they get very acquainted with their skills and their partnerships and all of that, I feel like most of the villain stuff will be plotting in the background. And then, you know, every arc or two, they have one big fight. That's how I would personally predict this is going. Again, going back to the difference, it was very goofy, so I can't say that I liked it as much as the last couple episodes ago. But the whole point, well, not the whole point, but a necessity with a story is that you have to have lows and highs. You have to build towards the future. So I thoroughly enjoyed this episode as a sort of getting reacquainted with everyone. Because again, it's another thing that I will re-mention. It has been a couple weeks since I watched the show. I didn't want to take a long break, but just the way things worked with work and all that, and you know, trying to find that OVA. Which again, I will ask one more time. Please, someone try to find me that OVA. I want to react to it for you guys. And for myself, I just want to watch it. Even if they're not super important. And then also that goes for future OVAs as well. If there's like a specific website that has them all, I would really appreciate it if you guys could let me know some information there. Real quick, I want to talk about, well, first of all, I got All Might's real name, I'm pretty sure, Toshinori. He is Japanese. Maybe he like just went to America to train, or after he left UA, you know, when he graduated. Maybe that's just his stomping grounds per se. That's where he got his skills. I don't know. I am interested to see. Maybe he's just obsessed with American culture, like half of the American population is obsessed with the Japanese culture nowadays. Maybe that's just the baseline of it, so to speak. But also talking about his mentor, Gran Torino, who I would assume is the person who not only trained him but also passed on the One for All. I keep I keep thinking about a One for All. I keep thinking of like a what is there, like a quote or poetry? I don't know. All for one and one for all. And I keep getting mixed up. I don't know why. But yeah, I would assume that Gran Torino is the one who passed on that power. Which makes me then go. I don't know if it's the same thing as All Might, where because he passed on his power, he has a limited thing, or the only reason that the real limitation is on All Might is because of the injuries he sustained. The reason I bring that up is because I think I talked about it a couple times throughout season 1, in sort of detailing how overpowered All Might's power is. The possibility of just continuously passing on that power and having like an army of All Mights is very tempting. For my just ideas, or how I would do it if I was given this power. That's how I would sort of think. So I don't know how that is going to play out. We got some Ochaco this episode, some sort of I wouldn't say that that's backstory. Well, it's backstory, but I mean I would hope that we get a full backstory episode for her later in the show. But sort of the general basis of her mindset, and I really like that. And I talked about it throughout the episode. That's a very grounded, very relatable for the common person, even me specifically. I've had a lot of moments like that in my life, and my mindset into sort of what I want to do with my life. So it's already made me like Ochaco even more than I was liking her last season. Like I said, I just comparing it to another, probably the closest show I can think of to My Hero Academia, especially that I've watched, One Piece. She gave me, Nami vibes. A lot nicer, a lot more innocent, a lot sweeter, a lot, you know what I mean? I can keep going. A better version of Nami, person-wise, if that makes sense. But Nami is one of my all-time favorite characters for One Piece. For the first 200 episodes was my favorite Straw Hat. So I do really like her. So seeing a little bit of vibes in her excites me. I love a good character that is upset. I don't know if I would say that she was obsessed with money, even if her main goal is money, but just in general, I like a character that is obsessed with money. I think it is a very funny recurring gag. And while recurring gags can get annoying depending on what's going on, it's one of genuinely or generally one of my favorite cliches in anime. I think that's going to be it. We didn't really get to see any of the villains just sort of talk from that board right there. I'm gonna make the prediction. There's got to be an inside man. There's got to be an inside man in the League of Villains. I don't know if it's the Master or the Doctor. It's not gonna be a Recovery Girl, but I don't know. I'm just, again, I'll repeat it. And if you see any of my other reactions for any other shows, I'm very paranoid watcher. I don't really trust anything that I've been given. So. I mean, I guess that just proves that I wouldn't be a good hero, because I would just constantly accuse people that are around me. But I don't know. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys like the video, drop a like, leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I've got the full-length reaction up on Patreon. And if you guys like the content I put out on the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. It really does help me out. You guys have a good one.